Let's be honest, calling in an airstrike with a radio to rain down death and destruction from the heavens is one of the coolest things a man can do. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you may remember this guy from this video.
Type 2 control bomb will target high angle gun straight.
You want us to detonate these humanitarian vehicles?
Or the same guy from this video.
Enemy technical and control pattern, Haebyung, Tango Delta 05609091.
His name is Marty, and he's a dude with an IRL background working in this mission space for real. In Arma 3 Milsim, he's become the go-to authority for in-game JTAC rules for a lot of units. So, when one day he came up to me and asked me this question.
Yo, brother, you want to give a 9-line?
I said, okay, I'll learn how to give a 9-line.
I'll talk you through it real quick.
So in today's video, you're going to be watching through my eyes as I learn to make an honest-to-God 9-line brief to call in an airstrike in coordination with a player-controlled aircraft, just like service members do in the real world. Enjoy. Okay, let's do it. All right.
If I were to actually teach you full cat, it would take like a month. So I'm going to give you a crash course.
All right, dude.
So your target's going to be BTR 40. They're directly to our east. We can pull a rough grid. Let's get Elisa 6 for targeting. Looking at it, really a lot of ways we can pull this grid. The easiest way that I find is just using train association with my ATAC. So looking at
target to AGM-65 Lima's
ATAC here, I've got this
elevation
tree line advancement. So I'm guessing that
X-ray
BTR 40 is somewhere here.
115.
So Tango Papa 111, so triple sticks 025.
Remarks.
And now we're going to find the feet in MSL. So this gives us 18 meters, so 3.2, so we can round it up to 20, that'd be 60.2, would be like 64. Not trying to get it perfect here because he can pull grids and also elevation from his pod. So we have a target description, we've got the location, and then we have the feet MSL. Now we're going to start doing acquisition and weaponeering. So we have a hog overhead. He's got 30 Mike guns. He's got AGM-65 Lima, so air-to-ground missile, and he has GBU series. So if you're looking at this target, what do you want to pair with it? Keep in mind, when we're thinking about targeting, we want to get desired effects. So desired effects would be a K kill, so neutralization. You want to use the lowest collateral munition to begin with because we want to save higher collateral munitions because we could just drop a GBU on everything, right? But
right.
We might encounter something that requires that GBU later on in the op. So with those three things, so guns, GBU, and then AGM, what would you put on this?
Probably AGM.
Yeah, AGM. Yeah, that'd be a good engagement there. We're currently vicinity of OP Voodoo and Overwatch of the JCAS Impact Area Alpha. Commander's intent is we have a large, friendly amphibious force at the ALZ within the coastline to our southwest. So they're going to be landing vicinity of this cove. We are currently established OP Voodoo. You want to engage with a standoff AGM munition. Now we have to think about ingress. So routing safety of flight. So where are we bringing this aircraft in from?
Probably the west.
Yeah, the west. Yeah, absolutely. So we don't want to overfly friendlies, and we want to make sure the aircraft is safe. So probably we want to split the difference here, right? This might be our best ingress. So 050, based on an AGM series, we'll give them 050 plus or minus 15. So 065 and then 035, 035, and he can he's clear to release munitions there. Okay, so let's start building up.
And 06, right. Go ahead, salute to the burning.
So in your game plan is the intent for the strike. So commander's intent for this strike is I want to neutralize a BTR 40. So first I'm going to start with TAC. All right, so the TAC, so the type of control. For this engagement, we can see the target, and if we're utilizing a standoff munition, we're probably not going to see the aircraft. However, we want to clear him for one strike. So with that, we're going to give him type 2 control. And there's more nuance to that. That's not everything for the type of control. But for this quick brevity, we're going to give him type 2 control. So first line is going to be Hog 05. We'll give you a Voodoo 22. Hog 05, Voodoo 22. Fi's ready for game plan. He's going to say ready to copy. Type 2 control is going to be the first line you give him. All right. The second line is the MOE. It is the method of engagement. So this means who is providing terminal guidance for that munition? In addition to that, is he required to call capture, contact, or tally? And he is, because he is providing terminal guidance. Again, there's a lot more nuance to this, but I'm just trying to give you the rundown. Because he's providing terminal guidance, he's required to call contact, capture, tally during acquisition. So it is going to be bomb on target. So your game plan, type 2 control, bomb on target. Line 3 of the game plan is requested effects or munitions. You said AGM 65 Lima, so that's what it's going to be. Type 2 control, bomb on target, 1 by AGM 65 Lima. That's your game plan. After that, we run straight to the 9 line, so advise ready for 9 line. So we're going to give them an inbound heading, but we don't have an IP or we don't have what's called an echo point set up right now. So we're going to allow him to push to terminal, so push to his attack phase from any position, right? So we're not going to dictate his ingress outside of a final attack heading because we're going to give that to him in remarks. So that would initially be lines 1 through 3. So that's your IP, your initial point where he's attacking from, his heading from that IP to the target, and the distance in nautical miles with the fixed wing asset. So to make it easy for us and for him to allow him freedom of maneuver, lines 1 through 3 NA. Or the better option is lines 1 through 3 from the overhead. So, 05, visor 9 line, ready to copy. Lines 1 through 3 from the overhead. Boom. That's lines 1 through 3 out of the 9. You only got 6 lines left. Easy, right? All right. Line 4 is elevation in feet MSL. We already had that, right? So 64 feet. It's recommended in the .3 that anytime we abbreviate lines 1 through 3, we start line 4 with elevation so that it doesn't get confused with lines 1 through 3. And now we're pushing on to what's called the targeting portion. So now we use that description. Lines 4 through 6 is the targeting portion. So we already gave it the elevation of the target. Line 5 would be the target. So BTR 40 in the open. We do our best to not declare something hostile because we have not done acquisition yet. It's a bad habit of me. It's a bad habit of guys IRL as well to say enemy BTR 40. And we have not confirmed this hostile yet with the aircraft, so it would just be BTR 40 in the open. All right. Line 6 is location. This can mean a lot of things. It can be location from a known point when we start talking about sensor points and target points. But for now, we're going to give it the old good 6-digit grid. Flow would say like this. Go ahead. Elevation, 6'4" feet MSL, BTR 40 in the open, grid, Tango, Papa, 1, 1.
Hog 05 is ready for game plan.
0, 2, fight. Line 7. So this is our mark. How are we going to mark the target? We're going to utilize a talk on.
From the overhead.
So for that, we can say talk on or no mark. For you, we're going to say no mark.
Enemy encampment and
Line 8 is nearest friendlies to disengagement. Currently, we are the nearest friendlies to disengagement. This is given in direction and meters, or it's given in radius. So you could either say 270, 300, or you could say west 300. I prefer direction. I think from flying and from receiving this information while flying and then having to transmit it, it's easier for me to conceptualize if they could just give me a direction. Line 9 is going to be your egress. Okay, so now we're back to routing safety flight. So where do I want this aircraft to go?
65 Limas on the BTR.
At what altitude and what position? So for your egress, it's going to be remain overhead, block 8 to 1-2. I want this aircraft to push inbound from the southwest, engage, and instead of pushing back to holding, well then I would have to reacquire and then clear him from re-attack from here. I want him to push into the overhead, block 8 to 1-2, so that's 8 to 12,000 feet, and be ready for re-attacks. That would be line 9. Now, after 9 lines finished, advise ready for remarks. Remarks are anything extra that did not fit in game plan or 9 line. It also determines final attack headings, final attacks directions, danger close initials, any threats to the aircraft, so anything outside of the game plan 9 line. For this one, it's going to be very simple. You're going to have a restriction, which means he has to read it back, and that's going to be your final attack heading. So what did we say that was?
050.
Yep, 050 plus or minus 15. There's 2 ways you can say that. So you can say 050 plus or minus 15, or you could get it via a range. So you could say final attack heading 035 to 065. Does that make sense? After that, he's going to give you readbacks. From there, I'll walk you through it in real time.
Northwest.
Okay.
So the entire thing should sound like this. Hog 05, video 22, visor ready for game plan.
Hog 05 ready.
Type 2 control, bomb on target, 1 by
And
AGM
Hog
65
06,
Lima. Guys ready for 9-9.
describe the
Hog 05
orientation
ready.
of the two vehicles.
1 through 3 from the overhead. Elevation
I've got two vehicles
064 feet MSL.
oriented
BTR
south
40 in the open. Grid. Tango. Papa. 1 1
Roger,
1
Hog
0
06,
2
those
5.
two vehicles
No
are
mark.
the two
West
BMPs, and those
3
two
0
BMPs
0.
are your
Remain
target.
overhead. Block 8 to 1 2. Advisory ready for marks.
Hog 05 ready.
Final attack heading
Hog
0
06
5
capture.
0 plus or
Hog
minus
06
1
push.
5.
Hog 06, continue.
Hog 05 elevation 064 feet MSL. Tango Papa 111 063. Final attacking 050 plus or minus 15.
Hog 05 video 26. I say again. Tango Papa 111 025.
Tango Papa 111 025.
Hog 05 Voodoo 22, good readback. Push sensors to lines 4 and 6, describe what you see. All right, and then we start acquisition. From there, I'm gonna walk you through it in real time.
Okay.
All right, you think you got it? I think you got it.
I think you got it.
Once you finish this engagement, I'm gonna steal them.
How do you
Just for
see
one.
me under here?
Just for I know, dude. You're camouflaged,
Yeah,
bro. I
bro.
don't.
Oh my gosh.
Hog 06 in.
Hog 06, Voodoo 29 are cleared hot.
Rifle.
Good impact.
Rifle.
Good impact too.
Hell yeah.
So we've done targeting. Now he's
Roger,
doing what's
inside that
acquisition.
compound, can you
This
identify
means
how many
we are
structures
doing
or
the
buildings are in there?
aircraft to look at a target, and he is
Hog
confirming
05
with
has
you
contact
that
on
he is looking
two
at the target that you
structures,
want him to
one
engage.
tall walk.
He's going to read back
And,
lines 4,
confirm
line
what
6,
side
and
of
any
the
restrictions.
ASR
So he's going to read back your elevation,
BMPs are.
your location, and the restriction you gave him. Those are the 3 things.
BMPs
Once those are
look
good
to be
readbacks,
on
you're
the
gonna say,
south
"I'll do
side
5
of
good
that
readbacks."
ASR.
He's ready for sensor talk on. He's going to say ready. You'll say push sensors to lines 4 and 6. Describe what
Hog
you see.
0.
What do you think you're asking him to do?
Is that the grid line?
That is, yeah. So lines 4 and 6. So 4 is elevation and
Hog
4 is the
05
grid.
commencing.
So you're telling him, hey, look to elevation this and look to grid this and tell me what you see at that grid. It's on you as the fact to get the warm and fuzzy that he's
Hog
looking at your
0528
target.
ETA.
So you can ask as
15
many or
seconds.
as little what would be called leading questions as possible to get the warm and fuzzy. So an example of how this would go for your target: Hog 05, Voodoo 22, push sensors to lines 4 and 6, describe what you see. Hog 22, I'm contact lines 4 and 6, and I am contact. That verbiage is important. Contact means he is contact a unknown asset, so he doesn't know if it's hostile or friendly, or a mark. So he's contact your mark, which is lines 4 and 6, and he's contact a what appears to be a BTR 40 in the open. Okay, yeah, that's pretty descriptive, right? There's only one BTR 40 there, right? I mean, okay, I'm pretty confident he's looking at our target. However, maybe there's multiple BTR 40s, or we've had an issue with fratricide, or you just don't have the warm and fuzzy. So something you can ask is Hog 05, what is the orientation of the vehicle?
That should be south and north.
Yeah, if we're looking at it, so
Yeah,
if
and
Hog 05, if he
type
says Voodoo 22 orientation is south to north. Okay, Hog 05, what is the weapon system?
Hog
on the
05
vehicle?
engagement complete.
Voodoo 22, Hog 05, it appears the BTR 40 is unarmed. All right, at this point, he's given me, he's looked at the grid, he's given me the vehicle, he's given me the correct orientation and the correct weapon system. This is probably my target, right? I'm warm and fuzzy, this is my target, so at this point, we can now declare it hostile. How we do that is Hog 05, Voodoo 22, that is your primary target. Boom. At that point,
And
he's
Hog
gonna switch his
05,
brevity
Voodoo
from
29,
contact,
copy.
remember, unknown or mark, to capture. This means he's looking at an enemy target through his pod, so he has now captured that target. At this point, he will then begin
And
the
Hog
attack
05,
sequence, and you
Voodoo
can give him
29
points.
are missed 2
Something to note with leading
casualties
questions
in
is
the
we never
neutralized
pimp him.
encampment.
So something, a pimp would be, Hog 05, confirm the orientation of the vehicle was south-north.
Okay, gotcha.
Because a pilot, you know what I mean? We trust pilots, right? But he could just be like, yes, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Does that
You
make
want
sense?
them on red, Marty? Or
Yeah, he can make
It defeats the purpose of the check.
Yeah, it defeats it, right? All right.
further tasking?
You ready? I think you're ready.
All right, we'll see how it goes, bro.
You got this, bro.
Voodoo 26 acknowledges Hog 06 remain current holding break. Hog 05 Voodoo 26 maintain current echo, push Delta 2, and Hog 05 Voodoo 26 while in transit. Advise ready for gameplay 9 line from new speaker. Voodoo 26 Hog 05 is ready for gameplay.
All right, Hog 05's your man. You got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hog 05, Voodoo 22, advise and ready for gameplay.
Hog 05 ready for gameplay.
Type 2 control, bomb on target, 1 by AGM 65 Lima. Advise when ready for 9 line.
Hog 05 ready.
Lines 1 through 3 from the overhead, elevation 6-4 feet, MSL, BTR 40 in the open, grid, X-ray Foxtrot 111025. No mark, west 300. Remain overhead, block 8 to 1-2. Advise and ready for remarks.
Hog 05, ready to copy remarks.
Restriction, final attack heading 05015. Did I do that right?
050 plus or minus 15.
Correction, 050 plus or minus 15.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hog 05, 65 feet, MSL, X-ray Foxtrot 111025. Final attack heading 050 plus or minus 15.
Hog 05, good read back. Advise and ready for
Sensor talk on.
Sensor talk on.
Hog 05 slewing.
He'll either say contact or he'll say ready.
5 is slewed, lines 4 and 6.
There you go. So now he skipped a part for you, so he's helping you out. So just say report what you see.
Hog 05 ready for sensor talk on.
Hog 05, Voodoo 22, report what you see.
Hog 05 is contact on 1 by BTR 40 in an open field that is facing north-south.
Roger, Hog 05, Voodoo 22. What is the weapon system of the vehicle?
Voodoo 22, Hog 05, looks like a HMG of some type, unable to fully see the details at this altitude.
Have him confirm orientation. He gave you wrong.
Hog 05, Voodoo 22, please confirm orientation.
Vehicle is oriented to the north.
There you go.
Alright, so I'm just going to say go. Hog
That's it,
05,
there
Voodoo
you go.
22, that is your target.
Hog 05 is pushing inbound.
Should be IP inbound, but that's okay. Just tell him Hog 05 continue.
Hog 05, Voodoo 22, continue.
There you go. Next call is in, and then verify that he gave you a heading within your parameters, and if he did, clear him hot. And that should happen very quick. At this point, you are like ready with it.
Hog 05.
Yeah, he's having comms issues.
Hog 05, we're clear hot.
continue dry.
So he didn't call in there.
Okay.
Yep. No, that wasn't you. You never want to guess with it, so make sure that you hear a clear, distinct in. This portion
just
here,
call
which would be
105.
terminal clearance,
Gotcha.
this portion is extremely important. So,
Okay.
in fact, it's so important that you're able to break. So when I say break, I mean somebody else is
Hog
able to
05
come on.
pushing.
There we go. That's
Do I
better.
give it to him now?
No. So pushing just means he's establishing at the IP.
Okay.
Once he's established, then he'll push inbound. The call will be in, and then he'll give you his final attack heading.
All right, and that's when I
parameters.
say cleared hot. Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
All signs, all
It has
signs.
to be 050 plus or minus
22,
1.
Hog 05 is in 060.
Hog 05, you're cleared hot.
There you go.
Hog 05
Hell
rifle.
yeah.
Rifle.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hog 05 splash.
That's frag that landed
yeah.
just in front of us.
So BDA is very simple, and CAS it's very simple. People try to
Can I
overcomplicate
get
it.
a
Was your
can I get
mission
a combined
successful?
sequential 30-second attack
All
on
right.
that
Hog
compound right
05, Voodoo 22, mission successful.
On the. Oh yeah.
Hog 05, Voodoo
I put a little
22,
combo
mission
I was gonna
successful.
do.
there? Hell yeah, let's go, dads.
All right, that was pretty cool.
Dude,
Yeah,
how you
dude.
feel? Cool.
That was pretty sick. I've always wanted to do that.